All right, what's going on? Thanks to whoever's showing up tonight and stuff like that. It's my last day off for the rest of the week. I hope everyone's having a great Thursday and all that great stuff. And just doing this stream to show off the VHSs I still have. It's not a lot. Thought maybe I had more. No, it's like I no longer have a VCR and I got these case things to put my remaining VHS in, and some of these I'll probably never kind of give up, So just with that, being an anime fan since I was a kid, really first physical media I started collecting for was VHS. I remember going, it was, I was 16 or 17. It was Black Friday, going to Target with my mom. Let me go really early. Got a VCR for a good price at the time. I had a TV in my room. I had VHS of Ninja Scroll, I think. I may have gotten that later. I know I had the VHS of Akira that Orion Pictures brought out through Streamline Pictures. Excuse me. And then I just started doing what I was doing. And just started collecting, and I had a lot. I remember one time I first moved into this apartment, I had like a big box just full of VHSs, movies, everything. Just all my animes, all my movies, everything in there. And then I just decided, I just gave that whole box away to the Goodwill, I no longer had the VCR. It no longer worked, really. A lot of the more classic VHSs I kept. But a lot of the other ones, I just gave to the Goodwill, spreading the love back in the day and stuff like that. I don't plan on getting any more VHS. I don't do it that through Versus Vinegar Syndrome. I don't do that through Orbit. Just isn't my thing to collect them, even though like VHSs are cool, the covers are cool and all that other stuff too. But mostly all this is anime right here. I did have a few movies. Like I said, I had the double tape disc of Scarface. I don't think Gladiator was, but I know Scarface was because that's quite a long movie when they extended to 2 tapes. I think Titanic was that way. There's been a few other VHS kind of sets that were like that. I have one VHS box set of one of my anime series too that I collected for back in the day that I love, and also, just a quick channel update. Next week, I'm taking that week off. I have inventory coming up in my store, so I kind of got to be focused for that and all this other stuff too. And I've been feeling a little bit under the weather, and so I'm just I don't know, lightheaded, something like that, but it should be okay. And I did that big stream yesterday. Next week, I might, if I have the time, do all my anime DVD stream, and just show them all off, all that I have, because it's with anime for me. It started with VHS, then it upgraded the DVD, and I have a shitload of anime DVDs. So really what y'all saw last night was just like a little sample, you could say, of what I have. And then I do plan on doing a stream of my rest of my DVD collection, and that means everything to like the animated shows to the horrors that I have, because I did a video about that before during my earlier YouTube days. I remember doing stuff like that too. It's just good times, just a lot of nostalgia looking at these, because I have these in cases and I open them all up and I'm looking at them all, and yeah, it's a lot. So I might as well just start with when Dragon Ball Z came out on TV in 97, I believe, or 96. I believe it was 96. This came out I think a year later, and it came with the action figure, which I still have, or the posable figure. That was through the Ocean dub, and that's this bad boy right here, Arrival. So this is the Ocean dub, and this one is highly edited when it was brought over here to the state. Basically, the blood type part is put up, so it's like black, like dirt that's on them instead. Some episodes were actually taken out of the series. The music was changed. This is basically the Rock the Dragon, the OG Americanized, bastardized Rock the Dragon, Dragon Ball Z. This is Arrival, I think. It's a few episodes brought down. I think it's like 3 episodes kind of on this tape to kind of make a feature or something like that. But yeah, this is a creme of the creme, all gold and all this other stuff too. Let's see here. Ugh. Looks like I didn't rewind it all the way. That's okay. And these are my holy grails. I got these at 2 of these I got at a comic book shop, and the first part I got at my first anime expo that I was only there for I think a day worth and stuff like that, and that's when VHSs were still huge, and that's when you're like if you're an anime fan, it's like you're a kid in a candy store. Now to me it's too much VTuber bullshit and all this other stuff too. I just don't care for it. That's a lot, but that's Dengayo. We need a Blu-ray of this. We need a 4K of this. This is the original OAVs right here. This is some of the original OAVs, which means original animated video. It means it was directly to tape at the time, direct to tape and stuff like that, because the animation kind of has better quality. So, and these are in like parts, like extended episodes. And this is the first part right here. Directed by Toshiro Hirano, the legendary Toshiro Hirano. Great character designer. All this is his right here. A great mech anime, in my opinion. As one of the greatest villains of all time, greatest anime villains of all time, in my opinion. That's part 1. This is part 2. I got this one at a comic shop, and these were probably $30 each at the time. It was worth getting. It was worth it at the time. It's still worth it now. So for all those people, let's say, 4Ks are like $30 and stuff like that. Blu-rays were like $30. DVDs were like $30, and tapes, specifically anime tapes, because these were hard to get, were $30. U.S. renditions, they no longer exist. It used to be a catalog boutique anime company. I remember having the booklet on them and stuff like that. They had oh God, what was it? They had a booklet, like an actual catalog. Those are long gone. I miss those days. Had the phone number. I remember calling them, asking if they had part 1 available, but they didn't. I, just waited for that first anime expo I went to with my best friend, and yeah, like kid in candy store, saw that on the table, and picked up part 1. This is part 2. Like I say, just great character designs, everything for this. Here's the company right there, U.S. renditions. So they're the first kind of, I think, American anime company to come out over here. One of the first. And here's part 3. So this guy right up here, probably the greatest anime villain in history. You can make fun of the name. It's his name is Gilbert, which is really funny now considering the meme that goes around for that, because of course the wrestler that used to imitate Goldberg and stuff like that too. But this guy this villain right here gets what he wants in the end. He gets what he wants. That's what's crazy. He gets his revenge in so many ways, but he gets what he wants. That's what makes a great villain to me, like hardcore. But I'd suggest Dengayo. But like I said, we need a 4K of this or a Blu-ray. I'd love a Blu-ray of this. Manga Entertainment released it. I wish I still had it. A very bad dubbed version of this. So this is the original right here. And the original name isn't this right here. I think they put an H at the end too. It may have been a telemarketing thing, but yeah. I'm so fucking badass. This is great stuff. Hey, Spicy, thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. Always, just like yesterday. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is from Wally World, aka Walmart. I have another one. I have 3. Yeah, Superman's my jam. And yeah, this is the classic kind of best look like ever for Soup. Watching Enter the Dragon for the first time, very cool. Yeah, it's a proto action kind of flick for future martial arts flicks to come like that. I think the creators of the Mortal Kombat film really looked at that film and just did really good. Caveman, what's up, my man? Thank you for joining. I know you're kind of under the weather. I really appreciate it. But cool, thanks for as a fellow anime fan, and he's text my boy here, guy, has texted me through Instagram asking me kind of what stuff I would recommend and stuff like that too. Mostly all of my anime VHSs here are classics. So since you all just first joined here, so this is the one I first showed. So this is basically the Rock the Dragon version of this that was released in '96. So this came with the action figure, which I still have. So, and then to me, the first OAV, that's Dengayo. Like I say, we need a better release of this. So. All right. Time to bring the first case over here. So the first Tenchi movie I ever saw, Tenchi the movie, Tenchi in Tokyo. So this is the movie that's part of the series. So they did an OAV series first, then they did the actual TV series in Japan. This is the film. This is done. This is really good. This is a really good film. Like I said, one of these days I'll upgrade these to Blu-ray or something like that. I believe they release this and stuff like that, but it's really good. It's very, very, very good. It's basically Tenchi is this dude up here, a young man, say teenager, really the way the series goes and the anime goes and stuff like that. People start just dropping off these alien women like these two right here, Ayaka and Ryoko. It's really good fun, good action in this too. This is Tenchi's mother, by the way. Tenchi the movie, yeah, Tenchi in Tokyo. They go back in time to save his mother. That's a young version of his father. Save his mother from this demon type thing. It's been years, decades since I've seen this. That's Tenchi in Tokyo. And this one got me into the OAVs, which means original animation video, and that's Tenchi the movie 2, The Daughter of Darkness. This one's pretty sadistic, so this is more based off the OAVs. This demon right here creates her, which is technically like a spinning image of him, a little bit like that, but it's not that long of a film. It's like 60 minutes, I think. Yeah, 60 minutes. And basically, it's the Daughter of Darkness. This little sucker right up here is a demon. It creates this right here. Creates her. Good quick battles going on. I like animation is pretty cool for this. It's pretty badass. So yeah, that's the two Daughter of Darkness. All right. And there's the OAVs of Tenchi. I did have the TV series. I guess I don't anymore, Dave. Let's see. So yeah, the Tenchi Muyo collection. So these are the OAVs. This isn't the series. So this is the OAVs. So these were pretty good. This brings more emphasis through the whole thing, I believe. This is Tenchi's mother right here. It's been years since I've watched this, so it's an interesting. It's a cool, funny action anime to watch if you like that kind of stuff. So, let's see if I have a better one. Ugh. Probably won't play anymore. So here's volume 1 probably of that collection. So But yeah, if you ever want an anime waifu, it's probably Ryoko here. Basically, the main villain in Tenchi in both the series was a villain by the name of Kagato. Very cool. In the OAVs, he looks cooler, wears glasses like I do, and his hair is a different color in the OAV than it is in the series, and I always like that. Hey Hagen, thanks for coming and stopping by. I appreciate it. Thank you a lot, my friend. Let's see. Unfortunately, I don't. Not anymore. Spicy. That's the thing. I used to have a lot more, and I just don't anymore for VHS wise and stuff like that. I said at the start of the stream that I had like a huge box full of them. I just gave them away to the Goodwill, because I started to upgrade these to DVD. And I said that at the start. I plan on doing all my anime DVD stream maybe next week, but we'll see what happens. I want to watch the Dragon Ball Z show. Yeah, the one tape that I showed, this one right here, this is the Rock the Dragon version, as it's called. So this has, it's the bastardized, American bastardized version of it, though. But I actually have that DVD set. It's the Rock the Dragon set with them all and stuff like that. It's the coolest opening of all time, in my opinion. So, all right. Okay, let's get into the classics nitty gritty here. That's Macross 2. You had the first film. This one doesn't count as canon. But it basically takes place, oh God, I forget how many years after Macross Do You Remember Love. This is Macross 2 Lovers Again. They did do a movie version of this. There's like a total of like 6 episodes, I believe. Yeah. So this is the first one. Really good artwork on here. This is directed by Toshiro Harano too. Art by him. So good. I think Osami Obari had something to do with this too, the way the mechs look and stuff. But yeah, it's very good. That's volume 1 of that. This is volume 2, episodes 3 and 4. Good old, U.S. renditions. It's the same thing, a defunct anime company from way back in the day. So, yeah. I may not be able to get this one out. That's okay. That's what I get. And here's the final volume right here. So basically they go, it's always been a war in the Macross saga against the Zentradi, or they were basically giant alien beings and stuff like that turned out to be humans to begin with, that came from the planet Earth to begin with. This is their masters, the Zeltrandi, I believe, Meltrandi. And this dude right here basically is the emperor, you can say, of that race, and he comes down and stuff like that. It's cool scenes right here. I believe the DVD of this is out of print, so, but it's interesting release. There we go. I won't like unslip all of these, don't worry, guys. And this is some of Toshiro Harano's masterpieces. So you have Fight Ixer 1. So both of these guys here. Done by Toshiro Harano. Just so damn good. So damn good. Yeah. The original one. Yeah, English dub videos. Gotta love it. Not the greatest English dub, but still cool watch. Still great classic animation, so. this, I believe you can get a collection of this on Blu-ray, also from U.S. renditions. That's Super Dimensional Century Orgus. Character designs by Haruhiko Mikimoto. Directed by... character design. Original. God, they don't say the producers. Well, they say the producers, but not the director. But, yeah, character designs Haruhiko Mikimoto. So this is in the Macross universe. This guy right here, he ends up on this planet and stuff like that, and helping these people out on this world and stuff like that. They only released it on tape up to 8. And then finally, it was a few years ago, they had a whole collection on Blu-ray. I may need to look that up again. I know it was really expensive last time I looked at it, so I'll have to check it out. Let's see. That does it for that one. Gonna get into the nitty-gritty here in a second. Actually, never mind. I do have the Tenchi universe. So this was the Tenchi Muyo TV series that was put up in Japan. So this is the TV version of the OAVs. So, and they also did it like this, which I always liked back in the day. So you can create like a whole set. So it's like a collage. So I always liked that. So it looked really cool. And of course, my all-time favorite, and been a mega fan and all-time masterpiece, it's Robotech. This was released by Family Home Entertainment, which is basically Funimation now, for what I believe. So that's Volume 1, so it has 2 episodes per tape, Booby Trap and Countdown. It just shows the emphasis of what's all going on, and there it is right down there, Streamline Pictures. That's Carl Masek's, the late great Carl Masek's company. And of course, what never happened, they just did a few episodes which they just turned into the movie. That's Robotech 2: The Sentinels. And back in the day when Streamline Pictures released this, they called them video comics. So I always say what could have been, because this series is cursed. Extremely cursed, but it's extremely dark. So this takes place between right. Oh, it takes place like a few years after the first series, or the first part of the series, the Macross Saga, as they call it. So Rick Hunter and Lisa Hayes, they get married. That's Maria. Forget his name. That's Claudia Grant's brother. There we go. If you know the series, you know what I'm talking about. It's good. It's fun. The shady character right here is the Regent, as he's called. So basically, it takes place before the Masters Saga, before they all head off to the world of the Robotech Masters to try to do a peace thing and stuff like that. And it shows it from both sides. It shows what this alien race called the Invid are doing. You have the Regis, which she controls everything. Then you have the Regent, who she created, goes to this planet, just runs roughshod and stuff like that. There's a scene where they're all in here, and this was done in coincide with Japan. So Harmony Gold, Carl Masek worked with Japan to try to do this. Unfortunately, the yen just fell to like nothing. And yeah, this is what happens. It's a curse. It's a cursed series. Something that'll never happen. And there's just a scene where they trap all these civilians in this place, and the Regent just walks away, and I think something is said and says we just sealed our doom, and I think the whole place explodes. So it's it's a good saga. Robotech saga to me as a whole is better than Star Wars. That's a very hot take. So look at that. That's the Sentinels. Do that really quick. By the way, this is what I put my VHSs in. These cases, you can get them for pretty cheap. You can get like, I forget, it's like 3 of them, I think, but I forget for how much. You want to store them. It's a good thing to have. Drag these guys a little closer. Gonna be a quick one, guys. I'm almost done. And then just stuff to talk about. Yeah, this one, just the OG and stuff like that. So what I showed last night was a HK DVD or UK DVD. But this is where I originally saw this, and I got this on tape. This is the true Robotech movie to me. That's Super Dimensional Fortress Macross. Yeah. From Best Film and Video Corp and stuff like that. So, yeah. I've never given this bad boy up. But yeah, that shot's just epic as all hell. So, it works out pretty good. So, hey, Texas, thanks for joining, my man. I appreciate it. Super Dimensional Fortress Macross. So, these big aliens attack the Earth. That's what the city in here is called, is Macross. So it's basically the film version of the Macross series. And this is one of the greatest anime films ever made. The animation may not hold up now as it did before, but I'm still waiting. I'm waiting for a Blu-ray. Harmony Gold got the rights to this, I believe. I want a Blu-ray, or I want a 4K. I know anime doesn't look too good. Older anime doesn't look too good on 4K. Specifically, the Ghost in the Shell release on 4K. I know the color palette was a little bit messed up, but we need a better version of this badly. But it's basically a film version of the series Macross, going against this alien race called the Zentradi. There's a great, these guys basically tomcats called Valkyries that transform into robots to fight the aliens that are giants. So it's a great movie. It's a space opera type of a thing, but there's a good fight sequence through here, animation-wise, where the jet's going through the ship and all this other stuff too, and really good. So a bare bones VHS release, you can say. I'll fall apart a little bit, but that's okay. Original Clash of the Binoids, yeah, right. And then this guy, I think this is the only release from Dark Image Entertainment. That's Outlanders. You like furries, and this is it. Very old. Very cool. I haven't seen this in over 20 years. But yeah, it is what it is. It's like this kid gets kidnapped or whatever, or this teenager gets kidnapped, and it's a lot of these just space adventures, stuff going on and stuff like that. It's an old anime. 1986. So Kenji Yoshida, producer. He's very good. So this is classic. Yeah. Harishi Hamazaki with the character designs and stuff like that too. So yeah, it's very good for kind of what it is and stuff like that. But I don't think there's any other release other than this. So yeah, VHS Hi-Fi. That's just the funniest shit in the world right there. So and this is basically Robotech the movie, which there is another version of this, but this is Megazone 23. There is another version of this, which I don't think you can get. That's highly, highly edited, but it coincides with the Robotech series. So this was Robotech the movie. This is actually an OAV. So it says part 1 on here. This is done by It's directed by, God, music composer Toshino Hirano, with collaboration with God, the character designer. The character designer for her is different than these guys right here a little bit. You can tell if you want. Haruhiko Mikimoto. There we go. Mr. Mikimoto-san and Toshino Hirano collabed with this. But basically, the idol singer, her, yeah, that's all him. That's all Mikimoto. So it's really cool. Basically, yeah, it's the same type of premise. This guy right here, Shogo, I believe his name is, finds out that basically, yeah, it's a ship that they're living on and they're fighting with aliens on the outside. And that's kind of the premise of this whole thing and stuff like that. He steals this, or he comes across this motorcycle that turns into a mech. So it's really good. Great soundtrack to this and stuff like that. There is a part 2 to this, a different director, different animation, but it's still good for what it is. I showed that off yesterday, I think. And Orion Pictures. So through Streamline Pictures and Video Comics and stuff like that, you'd see this with the newer VHSs of Akira that was released through that, but Streamline Pictures with Orion. So they kind of had a deal. I think Mesa kind of had to deal with them and stuff like that. But cool release of this. I'm definitely keeping that bad boy. And so Robotech, the Perfect Collection. So I have a few of these VHSs, but I'll just show this one. So this one has one episode of Robotech and one episode of Macross. So Macross is the Japanese version of the Macross saga, which is the first part of Robotech. This is when they first started releasing these. These were on the last little bit of vestiges of Streamline Pictures, unfortunately. So that's what that looked like and stuff like that too. So kind of a bare bones thing, but it's very cool to have these. So I'm happy to have them. That. More goodies from Streamline Pictures. I have the Blu-ray collection of this, but I've had this collection kind of for years. That's not the one I'm looking for. And I had to rebuy these because a person I knew didn't give them back, or he ended up selling them or something like that. I'm sure that he sold them. So that's Doomed Megalopolis. This is a very good horror anime. You can get this on Blu-ray now. I actually have that Blu-ray collection over there. But I highly recommend Doomed Megalopolis. It's based around the earthquake that happened in Shinjuku, I believe. It's Tokyo. Never mind. Based on actual people, it's a supernatural horror type of a film. I highly recommend Doomed Megalopolis. It follows this family through the years. It's pretty horrific shit. Very good right here. He's kind of like the ghost demon of a dead Japanese general. Let's see if it tells me. Let's see. Yeah, Kato. So, one of the greatest anime villains in history. This guy's it's sadistic. It's very good though. But I would look up Doomed Megalopolis. I highly recommend it. Put that there. Actually have this as well on Blu-ray. That's Zillion, aka Red Photon Zillion. They released, I think, 4 or 5 volumes on VHS, maybe 8. And that was it. I actually have the Blu-ray series sitting over there. I'll show that off eventually. Basically, they just on this planet, they're fighting this alien race. I called Noza, I think it is, or the Nozone. It's the English bastardized version, but it's the Nozone. It's a good series. The ending is pretty dark for late 80s. 1990. So from Tatsunoko Productions. If you don't know what Tatsunoko Productions are, they also did Tekkaman and Tekkaman Blade, which is called over here Techno Man, if you've ever watched that show when you were a kid. So it's good for, I call it a late 80s anime. That's when they started to change a little bit, kind of with their premise. But, you know. And it's Streamline Pictures and, you know, typical bare bone Blu-ray. One of the better releases that the Streamline Pictures did is 3x3 Eyes. I don't know if Gizmo has seen this, but it's good for what it is and stuff like that. I think you can get this on DVD or Blu-ray, or if you can see it on a streaming service, I'd check it out. I don't know much about the series. It's been a while. This is one I was just collecting just to collect. Kind of what I'm doing now. But I've started to pick and choose a lot of my stuff. And I have the other. I might as well just show off the other 2 volumes that I have. Yeah, volume 3 and volume 4. So pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. And let's see here. The only anime VHS box set I have left, and that's the Slayers, or the Slayers Try. And this is how they kind of did their sets. This is an okay one in the Slayers saga. This explains a little bit about what, if you've ever watched Slayers, what Zelos is. Zelos was introduced in Slayers Next, which is my favorite of the Slayers series. It gets very dark. Basically, Zelos is a killer of dragons. These dragons ask for Lena Inverse's help. That's her name. She helps them out and all this other stuff too. And you find out a little bit about Zelos and who he serves, and all that other stuff. So it's a good Slayers is just an all fun sword and sorcery anime to watch, and it can be hilarious, and then it can get really serious real quick. The dude in here, let's see. This dude right here, the sword. He has a swordsman, so he has a sword of light, basically. His name's Gallery. He has the voice of Brock from Pokemon. If you know who I'm talking about, you'll recognize it when you hear him. So, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's all of them. That's all the ones I had. Like I said, I had a lot more at one time, but you know, I sold a lot through sales and stuff like that too, and then I gave the rest I had in a big box to the Goodwill and stuff like that. And that was just mostly all movies and stuff like that too. So it's really, it's like really just it's really good. So it's very good stuff. Very good stuff, and it's my passion and all that other stuff too. But yeah, that's the quick one. I mean, it would be a lot longer video if I still had the box, the paper box that I got from my store to put all the VHSs in at the time, because I had a lot of VHS box set, and a lot of those were just upgrades to DVD. And then it's like, what am I going to do with the VHS? It's like, then with the remaining ones I had, I just got these cases here and just put them in there, and they work good for what they are. So it works pretty good. This is the first Bruce. This is the first Bruce Lee film I've ever seen, believe it or not. Oh, it was probably my first too. So it definitely was my first, because Enter the Dragon was on TV quite a lot. You know, they find their opportunities on cable and stuff like that. So it's really good. Oh, wow. First one I ever saw was Fist of Fury at the drive-in when I was about 8 years old. Very cool. Yeah, never been to those are the good days there, Tex. Just going to those drive-ins. I mean, it's wow. I never had that opportunity, and all this other stuff too. So it worked out. Of course, always. You know, like I said, it was probably be more a quicker one than most and stuff like that too. Because I kind of explained some of the series that I've already showed that I have on DVD and Blu-ray and stuff like that, and just showing them here, whatever like that. Like I said, I had all the Outlaw Star on VHS, all of it. And that's how they used to do it, getting the VHSs individually, then waiting for a box set to come out of VHS, which they did. They came out with the damn box set. So it's really good and stuff like that. Oh, you're all good, Texas. No, it's fine. Like I say, just watch the replay later. Like I said, it doesn't matter if I'm interfering with the stream and stuff like that. You just watch what you like, you know. I just do this for fun and all this other stuff and for the love. And I just check. Thank you all for just checking them out. You know what I mean? Getting a little bit more subscribers and stuff like that, and it all just gives me more courage and all this great stuff just to get my game up and all this other stuff. At the no, I used to. I had that gold set, the you know, the when they put the new shit in there and stuff like that. I think it was actually a silver box, you know, where it's all widescreen and shit like that. So my friend does. My friend has the ones with THX on them. First trilogy on, yeah. So, but without the added CGI, that's the thing. A good buddy of mine does. He probably kept those. It's when they put them back in the theaters, I think, for the anniversary, and that was before the CGI was put in. So it was like the THX versions and stuff like that. Yeah, they're really good. It's crazy to think that we'll never get those again. Maybe there's hope against hope. I doubt it, but you know, we'll kind of see what happens. I used to have that. I used to have a lot. It's okay. I still like the original trilogy for what it is. You know what I mean? It's, you know, it is what it is and stuff like that. I do find it funny because it's stuff that you don't notice, like with the whole thing with Jabba the Hutt and stuff like that, where he was an actual dude beforehand. So it's kind of cool seeing that stuff of what it looked like ahead of time and stuff like that. But yeah, practical effects and all that other stuff is good, you know, so, you know, I just love it. Thank you, Caveman. I appreciate that. Since this is an anime kind of stream, Kamehameha the like button and do the Kaioken subscribe. There we go. I used to have, I had DBZ on VHS too. God, I had that whole set. Man, that's when Pioneer Entertainment, they no longer exist. They made themselves into Genion, and then that was it. So they probably got bought by flipping Funimation, like they seem to do with everything like that. So just like I said at the start of the stream, I'm going to take next week off, a little bit of a mental break again, to get some videos together. I stated at the start I might do next week because I have inventory at my store next week and stuff like that. So I got to get my mind right for that. Also, I have my stuff coming out for the rest of this week. And then next week, I might do a stream of all the anime DVDs that I have, you know, because I just showed a fraction of them in the stream last night. So I might just do the full-fledged thing and just show them all off and stuff like that. That may be a bit longer. It depends what days I have off. I'd like to do that on the weekend. But we'll see what happens with that and all that other stuff too. So, and then eventually do a stream of all the rest of my DVDs that I have, like studio releases, horror releases, animation releases, like Disney and all that stuff. I have a few Disney DVDs. a few Fox DVDs. Yeah, and just kind of stuff like that. Tomorrow, Fulci Friday, this will be up on my channel. I just watched this today. Has great extras on here. Stephen Thrower on Fulci's Tinge Classic. I watched that one right after this. I love Stephen Thrower. Coolest dude in the world. Very cool like that. Eye-opening stuff about this film. This is a very good film. Not going to spoil it just yet, what I'm going to give it and stuff like that. I'll put that up on my letterbox and do my review of that tomorrow. Of this guy tomorrow. That's the Black Cat. And then my Slasher Saturday, I'm going to be doing Curtains. So I watched this a few weeks ago and stuff like that. I already have my notes down for this too, so this will be a quick, easy one too. Got my pictures all set up for that, so that episode will be up too. So for Slasher Saturday. And yeah, that'll be it. Thank you all for joining. I know it's kind of late right now. It's 8:46. I know different time zones for some of you all. But yeah, just a quick one, just showing off the VHSs that I have. You know, real quick. You just go back in the cases, go back up in my closet up there and stuff like that too. One of these days I may do videos of all the action figures that I have, all the Gundam models that I have, all the anime action figures that I have, all the toys that I have, all the mangas that I have. I may have to do that from my room in my apartment myself, but you know, we'll see what happens. So it's really but yeah, great times as always with you all. Stephen Throws the British Army. Yeah, very true. Very true. But yeah, very good stuff. Again, thank you all awesome people for joining me tonight in the stream. If you could slash the like. I've done the sleeping bag kill one so many times. Let's see. Just go ahead and crossbow kill the subscribe. There we go. And I will see you all in the next one. You all take care. Enjoy the weekend coming up.